This is the curious story of a small village about 5 miles west of Weymouth in Dorset. It is a small village of around 100 inhabitants. However, it has a claim to fame. It is one of only 14 villages out of over 6,000 in the UK known as Doubly Thankful villages. So what is a thankful village and a doubly thankful village? The term thankful village was coined by Arthur Mee in his 1936 book Enchanted Land, where he identified 32 villages who didn't lose anyone in the Great War. This list has now expanded to 53 with further research. A doubly thankful village is therefore one where it didn't lose anyone in both World Wars. The story for me started about a year before the COVID pandemic. I volunteered with the Commonwealth War Graves Commission and went round Dorset maintaining Commonwealth war graves for the fallen. I noticed one grave was in Langton, Herring, which sparked my interest. Firstly, I was interested in this one because it served in Bomber Command with 51 Squadron based at RAF Dishforth in North Yorkshire. Secondly, Langton Herring, being a doubly thankful village, shouldn't have any war dead. So I went to the village, cleaned his headstone and cut the grass over his grave. Then I visited the village church. In the entrance there is a roll of honour to those who served in World War One from the village and returned. Or so it would seem at first glance. After a little research, the first name on the roll of honour actually died in the First World War. So how strange. A village where no one from the village is supposed to have died, and the first two I came across had actually died. There are actually at least 3 casualties with links to Langton Herring, the 2 I just mentioned, and another one. I'll show you how I came across all 3 names, and I'll go through each of the 3 and explain why they don't count in the rules for doubly thankful villages. So firstly, how did I find the 3 names? The first one is easy. On the Commonwealth War Graves website, hover over the Visit Us tab and select Find Cemeteries and Memorials. Scroll down to the name in the search box, type in Langton Herring, and it shows you one location, which is the cemetery in Dorset. Click on more details and it gives you some details of the cemetery, some local information and coordinates, etc. In the total identified casualties, click on find more information and Leslie William Wellham. Click on more details and you will see him there. So with 51 Squadron, and you will see there in his additional information, he was married to Iris May Wellham of Langton Herring. This is where the rules of the doubly thankful villages come in. Because he wasn't originally from the village, he doesn't count, even though he is buried there and was married to a local. So, on to the other 2. If you go back to the home page of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, hover over the Find Records tab and select Find War Dead. Again scroll down, but this time go past the search fields to the list of additional fields. Click on Additional Information and this will add a search box. Type in Langton Herring and it shows 3 casualties, Leslie Wellham, who we just talked about, and 2 more. Charles Frederick Bailey is the one who is on the village roll of honour, so we will look at him first. Click on more details next to him and you will see he is buried in Welford Road Cemetery in Leicester. He was actually wounded in France, repatriated to the UK, but died of his injuries. This is why he is not buried in France. You can see he served with the Royal Sussex Regiment, the son of Mrs. Bailey of Langton Herring, husband of Jane Elizabeth Bailey of Hampton in Middlesex. So although he was born in Langton Herring, he had moved out of the village to Middlesex before the war. so he is not included in the rules for the Doubly Thankful villagers. But why then is he included on the Roll of Honour? It turns out that when the Roll of Honour was being made, his mother asked if his name could be included so she had somewhere to go to remember him. This was accepted, and so the list of those who served and returned also included one that didn't. The third one, Frank Rudman, is in the same situation as Charles Bailey. His parents lived in Langton Herring, but he moved out to London in search of work before the war, and then being called up. He was killed in Auvillers-de-Bossel in France, where 3 weeks earlier a massive store of explosives was detonated under the German lines, now known as the Lochnagar crater, and signalled the start of the Battle of the Somme. They were ordered to attack points 79 and 40 along with the 1st, 4th Oxford Bucks, light infantry. The battle didn't go well. They were met with fierce shell and machine gun fire, and they did not achieve their objectives. Private Rudman has no known grave and probably still lies on the Somme. He is remembered on the Thiepval Memorial. His parents didn't request his name to be added to the Roll of Honour, so he is not included. So there you have it, a doubly thankful village with 3 casualties linked to the village, 1 buried in the cemetery, 1 on the Roll of Honour, and a 3rd. But none of them meet the criteria for the thankful villagers, so Langton Herring keeps its claim to fame. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please like, subscribe and comment, and add notifications so you'll get told when I add more content.